Life is a marketplace. We are all shoppers and droppers. In life, since you know that you came to shop, I think you need to be focused. I've never seen someone that goes to the market and you are trying to price something, and the person you are trying to buy from or price from is trying to attend to you, and you started hearing noise around the place, around the market, and you now pause before the person you are buying from and say, wait, madam, wait. You guys are making noise, I'm pricing. The person you are pricing from will take you to a mental home. You will know, or she will say, one mad woman came to the market. If you understand that life is a marketplace, you'll be so focused, so determined, so sure that I will never be distracted. Distraction is a destroyer. Distraction is a thief of life. Distraction truncates great lives. And honestly, people don't think, they don't even know that thing that happened, that you are brooding over, oh no me, oh my lady, oh she, oh mo, is a distraction. Do you know? I've seen people in this life that have built their resilience, built their strength, built their capacity in a way that no shaking. In a way, I think I belong to that class of a woman that will say, bring it to the ground is not the size of gold. You know why? I understand the power of focus. I understand the power of being resilient. I understand the power of getting into a place and making a difference in the place of focus. In my language, they said, please, I want to ask you, as a woman, as a man, this is she matters. Who is distracting you? Who is a cog in the wheel of your progress? Who is making you stuck? Who is letting you feel like not moving? Drop that person. Drop those people. Drop them like packs of cards. Let them go. Listen to me. Somebody said you don't understand. They will talk. What people will say, hello. If you don't want anybody to say anything, say nothing. Do nothing becomes nothing. They will still tell you that you are a waster of resources. They will call you names. And this is what they turned you to be. They distracted you. Let's look at life generally and look at contemporary lives. Let's not even go to Bible. One lady, recently, Hilda, oh God, Hilda Bassi, you are my girl anytime, any day. Womanhood celebrates you. You are a joy of so many women. Do you know the secret of her life, of her success? Cooked for 100 hours. You know why? Focus. Do you know how many celebrities went to that place to celebrate her? All of them. Name it. Governor was there. He didn't leave the pot of cooking and say, let me go and dance with. I told you the life of that woman is giving me energy, enthusiasm, zest. The life of that woman has rocked me. 100 hours. The vice president called her. The governor was there to taste her food. All the celebrities were there, shouting, dancing, celebrating, screaming. And yet, imagine, let's look at it. Look at life. Imagine if she just dropped her pot of soup, leave the jollof rice on the cooker, and jump and start dancing with them. she would have missed. She won't do 100 hours. She'll be disqualified. A lot of people are hearing me now. All you need is focus. Focus, determination. Whether they clap for you, or they don't clap for you, or they abuse you. When I dress in the morning, you know how I dress. Whatever, stick akoniye. Mind your business, stick akoniye. Telegon loju, stick akoniye. Future wait for me, I'm coming in style, stick akoniye. Moment wo imaginary sticker. People will talk. All I don't want to do, you won't waste my time. I'm not going to give you materials to use. Distraction. One thing that distracts a man in this life is the past. My past. You don't know my past. Your past is not the worst history. Somebody does not even know that if history was as important, historians would have been millionaires. Think about it. Your life, your situation, your circumstances, can you leave it in the past? The rape, leave it in the past. Molestation, leave it in the past. They hate me, leave it in the past. Let it go. It's a distraction. Do you know the rear mirror is at the back of the car? You can't be driving forward and be looking at the rear mirror. You will have an accident. You know how many lives, how many destinies, how many people have had accidents in the journey of their life. They've had an accident in the journey of their lives. Why? Distraction, no distraction. Destroyer distraction. Destroyer distraction. Let it resonate in you. Anything that help you or make you to shift your focus from where you are going is a distraction. It's as simple as that. You just look back. One woman, God himself was the one that carried them out of Sodom. Literally. When they were lingering, angel, she still looked back. Distraction. Maybe she forgot her gold or her jewelry or something. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is She Matters on Fresh FM 104.9 Oshogbo. I celebrate all my fans in Oshogbo. On behalf of Dr. Inka Joelaifele, the father of Fresh FM Nigeria, I welcome you to She Matters on 104.9 Oshogbo. Wow, today is going to be powerful. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi tẹ́ fẹ́ kí n sọ Yorùbá ẹ má bínú bó ṣe wá lẹ́ni ní ẹ mọ̀ bó ṣe máa ń gbé wá ní tó bá ṣe wá ni. Bọ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ni pé má jẹ́ kí nǹkan gbé ojú ẹ̀ kúrò níbi tó ń lọ. O lè máa lọ wájú kó máa lọ ẹ̀yìn at the same time. Make progress. Go forward. Move. Move. We move. Women College of Ministry, we are resuming on the 3rd of June, 2023. Missing this opportunity this year to be focused, to be a good girl from 18 and above, to be a good mother, a good grandmother, a good daughter. Women College of Ministry, Women Training School, this time around is going to be heavy. Heavy. You know why? I'm bringing a foundational issue. I have a guest in the house. By the time you are hearing her story, you will understand why I'm insisting that you must join me to resume the Women Training School, 3rd of June, 2023. As a woman, you are in charge. It's your life. Ayé obìnrin ìyá ni ìyàwó. Obìnrin ò lè decide láti gbégbèsè ayé anyhow. Please, I'm begging you. Distance is not a barrier. Somebody said knowledge is expensive. Try ignorance. Tí èyàn ò bá ti mọ ibi tó ń lọ, ibi gbogbo lọ́nà. Hey! Mo fẹ́ lọ London sí. Mo wá lọ wọ mọ́tò Abẹ́òkúta. Níbo mo ń lọ ṣé airport ní Àbẹ́wò àbí láti Abuja. Mo fẹ́ wọ airport Abuja, mo wá lọ wọ mọ́tò ní Ìlọrin. Aircraft ẹ̀ wá ń lọrin. I'm just saying it in a simple way. for you to understand that if you know you are going anywhere in life, it is an abomination for you to sit down and not partake of this school of training for women only for 6 weeks. You have handout to read, and your children too will read it. Knowledge is powerful. Avail yourself. The number to text or to WhatsApp for admission to the Women Training School or Women College of Ministry. I'm training women. Àwọn ìjìnlẹ̀ kan wà tí mo ti rí, àwọn àṣírí kan wà tí mo ti rí. Ṣé ló dàbí pé mo ṣe wà kí n la orí ìran mi kí n máa kó nǹkan sí. I'm telling you the truth. I wish I could just have a medium. And this is one opportunity, privilege to be able to tell you that living a life of shame, living a life of regret as a woman is your fault. Oh, every opportunity is here now, and it's once in a year now. No time. I have a lot of things lined up for the year to bring you together. Sit at the seat of wisdom. Matter was mattering on the matter that does not matter. When crisis came, crisis is a mirror. When proper trouble, scatter comes, you will now see women in arrow. You see them depressed. You see them losing their mind. They don't have anything inside. Join me as we resume the Women Training School, 3rd of June. That number to text to attend. Distance is not a barrier, even if you're in Kafanchan. As long as you have internet, you are good to go. That number is 090 2010 1080. That number for the admission. Please don't come and tell me I have problems. That is not the number. That is school number. I'm not the one in charge. I'm the one that owns the school. I'm not the principal. I'm the proprietress. Is that what you call them? Well, the visionary leader, the person that is given the privilege to convey that to the world. 090 2010 1080. That is the number for admission for Women Training School. Text, voice note, or WhatsApp. You'll be given the details of the school. Once again, the number is 090 2010 1080. Today is going to be awesome, powerful. It's going to be a blast. I have a guest in the house. This is my guest that I'm bringing today. I'm not sure we are finishing today because her story tells me that tí obìnrin bá ti ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé, ó ṣayé gbé nìyẹn, ó ṣì ìran ẹ̀ gbé. A woman is a generation. A woman her generation blesses. A woman her generation curses. A woman her generation ignores. The moment a woman gets it wrong, she does not only get it wrong, the children she has not given birth to will get it wrong for life. And that's why, if you know my passion, you will know that I will do everything in my capacity to build a woman. Because ìran lóbìnrin, ayé obìnrin jìn, ó fẹ̀, ó ga, ó deep. Tó jẹ́ pé tí obìnrin bá ti ṣe nǹkan kan tí ò yẹ kó ṣe, ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá mọ̀ o, tí n bá ń bá àlejò mi sọ̀rọ̀, màá máa béèrè àwọn nǹkan kan. Màá lè máa fìdí àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ìmúlẹ̀. When I'm talking to my guests, I'll be asking her questions when she starts her story for you to understand that whatever you are going through now, whatever has happened to you, whatever experience you are having now is beyond you. How she is here today, right with me in the studio, of course, no name, no face, no identity, is what somebody had done somewhere. They passed the button. If she's not healed, she doesn't recover, she will pass the button. Wọ́n wá ní ègún ìdílé ni. Wọ́n ní ìran wọn ni, ìran kọ́. Ignorance ni àìmọ̀ ni. Torí great grandma ọmọ, great grandma ọmọ, wọ́n gbé fún grandma, wọ́n fún great grandma, wọ́n tún gbé fún great grandma. Ó wá di pé à ń gbà bí ẹni tó ń gbàgbà ọtí. And that is what happens. One of the things women training school will do for you is to help you to trace it, to face it, erase it, and start replacing it. If you can't trace it, you can't face it. It's a life. It's a school of life. It's a training of life. I'm intentionally saying it this way so that you will know that you can't afford to sit down there and be saying, me, kuku money. You don't believe in the law of gravity. Are you the one that will tell us there is a law of gravity? Fresh FM, breaking news. That's Mama Gbo. Ignorance is not an excuse. So get on board and learn wisdom before you become foolish. Welcome my guest. She's in the house. No name, no face, no identity. She has a story. I've been talking since. I'm going to listen to her. She's going to tell us her story. What she can speak both in English and Yoruba. Ṣé mo pé mo wá mix ẹ ni. A fẹ́ gbọ́ o. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ story arábìnrin yìí. Ọmọ kékeré ọ̀dọ́, beautiful girl. But life has beaten, he's beaten, dealing with her like kilo de. Why? Intelligent, smart girl. Family trouble. Family trouble. Again, I'm saying family trouble does not respect brain, does not respect beauty, does not respect anything, no. That's why I must get to the root of whatever is going on so that your life can be better. Welcome, my guest.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for the privilege you've given me to share my story. It all started when I was 8, when my mom and her parents had a fight. The fight led to her leaving the house, and we needed a new place to stay. And at that time, my mom just got transferred from Ilorin to Ibadan. We don't really know anybody in Ibadan. We don't know anybody in Ibadan. We don't know any place in Ibadan. So
hold on, my guest. She said war broke out. There was a fight. The moment there is a fight, where two elephants fight, whether husband and wife, grandma and children, grandpa and children, family conflict. That is why I do family restoration, family conflict restoration. If we don't restore conflict in the family, you will still is our story. Grandma and the mom had a fight. They had to fall apart. Where two elephant fight, some grass don't suffer. Moti sorry dada. Some grass would die. Back to back. Grass ibenyo. That is what happens when we have family problems, challenges, and we don't address it. It is an accident that is about to happen. See a whole life. How old were you then?
I was 8 years, Ma.
Ọmọdún mẹ́jọ, 8 years. You will listen yourself. Go ahead with your story.
Okay, Ma. We had to move to a new area that I was not very familiar with. It was a slum. It was not too far from my grandparents' house, but the area was just not good for me. It was not conducive. The first stay there, I had measles and insects infested our rooms. And it was very, very, very stressful for me to adapt to that kind of a place where I'm the only one going to private school while others are in public schools. So my mom decided to start church hunting. We were looking for a church to go. every Sunday because we stopped going to church after that year. We found a celestial church where the whole problem, the whole fight started. It's that celestial church that caused the fight between my grandparents and my mom.
Now, don't get me wrong. She might mention a church. The foundation is not the church, it's the family. Any church you go, there is no perfect church anywhere. I need to balance for people to say, I be want to emboruko church. No, there's no perfect church. If you go there and join them, you become imperfect. So your imperfection will come and meet the imperfection of the church. So it's not about the church. She's just telling her story, things that happened to her when she was 8. Go ahead with your story.
It was the celestial church that caused the whole fight between my grandparents and my mom because they told her that my grandma was a witch. So we found another celestial church. We started going to that church and I became friends with the daughter of the pastor. So we kept on talking. Then later I started noticing that she wasn't really a straight person, as in she likes dating women. So it all started that day when she put her hand on my shoulder. She was like, she wants to play with me. Then I noticed...
Because some of you, when I talk about raising your children, be careful with the people your children are relating with. Hear what she's saying. Go ahead with your story.
She started putting her hands on my shoulder, then moved to my chest area. Then later, she started giving me kisses. Like, it started going on that way. And she told me that it's normal, that that's how it's supposed to be, that there's nothing bad there. That maybe because she has seen it before, I don't really understand. But later, we had to stop because I was not comfortable with it. Then we still talk, we still chat then, but she reduced touching me because it always causes me pain in my private area. So, and like I said before, we lived in a slum and it was a face me, I slap you building. You can go into any neighbor's house, you can play in there and, catch fun. So I went to the next room beside mine and there was a man living there, a man and his mother. They lived in that room. So he gave me his phone. I was playing with his phone, his Android BlackBerry phone. Then I ran into a sex video. I was confused, so I asked the girl that I said was the daughter of the pastor of that church. I asked her that, why do man and a woman has to put their clothes in front of a video camera and be having sex? Then she told me that, where did I see that? I told her I saw it in a neighbor's phone. And she was like, it's okay, that is normal.
Parents, hear me. Teaching your children sex education will take them to a level that when they see things like this, the truth that is imprinted in their soul will revolt and react against anything that they see like this. Do you know, Shemo wípé, ẹni tí ọmọ yín tẹ́ bá ti kọ́ ẹ jẹ́ n sọ Yorùbá, tẹ́ bá ti kọ́ pé bíbá lòpọ̀ ṣe yẹ kó rí ni, ibi tó yẹ kó obìnrin fọwọ́ kàn lára èèyàn ni, ibi tí ò yẹ kọkùnrin fọwọ́ kàn, ibi tí ò yẹ kó obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ fọwọ́ kàn lára èèyàn rẹ̀, lára yín ni eléyìí o, tẹ́ bá ti sọ. Tán bá béèrè ń ta, ìdáhùn tó máa gbọ́ ni. She saw something. Ẹjọ́ ìyá dà, à ń bọ̀ lórí yẹn. Bàbá dà, à ń bọ̀ lórí yẹn. She asked a friend. Some of it is your friend that taught you how to use pad when you have your menstrual period. It was your friend that told you this is how you should go and meet a man and make money. It is your friend that taught you how to do olosho, to go and be collecting money from men because you are, I should say, useless. It's not your fault. You don't blame people. In this vocation, we don't blame people. I can't say you are useless. Dídà ló dà tọmọdẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ́ òṣèlé ọmọ. Parents, choice, decisions, distractions. Listen to this person's story. No name, no face, no identity. And learn so much. Àgàgà ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé yín. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń tọ́mọ. Learn so much. Take all you can. Because listen, to learn by information is better. To learn by experience is better. Mo ṣe ń pariwo pé I'm going to be teaching mothers how do I tell my daughter about sex as you join me at the School of Ministry for Women. 3rd of June. Don't forget. Quickly register. Hot. Because ignorance is a killer. I'm in the studio now. If I put my hand inside socket, it will shock me. Despite the fact that I am in the studio. Mi ò mọ̀ ní. Èèyàn ti dọ́run àrèmábọ̀ torí àìmọ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ iye destiny tó ti dọ́run àrèmábọ̀ torí àìmọ̀. Ọ̀rẹ́ leléyìí, ọ̀rẹ́ ló béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé òun rí àwọn ọkùnrin àtobìnrin tó ń bọ́ra lẹ̀ tó ń wo fọ́nrán. Guess what? Wọ́n ti sọ báyìí. Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó rẹ̀ sọ ó normal. You know how many children their friends had messed up their lives? Oh, normal. Normal, children. Hearing she matters is not normal. It is abnormal. Private thing is not done in public, taking pictures. Things that we do is between husband and wife. If you are not officially married, you are not taken to the court and say, I want to marry, or church, I want to marry. You don't do what adults do. Go ahead with your story.
When she said it was normal, I didn't bother asking anybody again because my mom doesn't really have time to listen to me because she's a civil servant. My dad had already divorced her, so it was only her that has been taking care of me and taking care of my school fees, my feeding, everything. So I didn't feel like troubling her with anything that happens.
Now listen. When we resume the School of Ministry for Women, we're going to be healing the father's wounding. Do you know what she said? Number one, her mother was busy. She was busy, she was barren. She was busy, she was losing her child. I tell women, you will wake up in the morning, Monday to Friday, ó ti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ fine. Saturday tó yẹ kó béèrè kí làwọn ọmọ yìí ṣe. How is your life? Who is your friend? Who touched you? Who is this and that? Let me see your homework. Let me see your school report. You won't ask anything. Wà wá múra. Party. Bó ṣe ń change àǹkárá ilé ìwà máa mú mi. You are selling your tomorrow. Cheap. Because that child, you won't find her tomorrow. Children are investments. It's like pé fowó pamọ́. Ẹ máa kó later. Tóbìnrin dẹ̀ fi máa wọ kòtò kò lè ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn tán. Iṣẹ́ ọmọ pọ̀ orí jẹ mi rere níbẹ̀ òwe. I'm sure you are enjoying the program. You are learning. To learn by experience is better. To learn by information is better. Don't die without knowing what to do. We were saying so many things behind the scene. I'm sure my guest is not coming once. We can't even finish it today. But clearly, I want you to understand something. You can't afford, as a young lady hearing me today, please think about it. Think about the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, because that person is your wife, your husband, the father of your children, the mother of your children, the grandmother, the great-grandmother, great-grandfather of your children's children. It is a baton that you pass down. You can't pass wrong attitude, wrong manners, wrong lifestyle to your children. To enjoy it, to enjoy the fruit of your labor will be very, very difficult. I'm still with my guest. Go ahead with your story. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, ma. So, then when I told my friend about the video I saw on phone, she told me it was normal and there was nothing new in it. Later, I started noticing that the neighbors in my house were drunkards, they smoke weed, they carry women as well, and they do all sorts of rubbish. I decided to stop staying inside my room. I decided to start going to the church, start seeing that my friend again, because she was the only one I had in the area who speaks English. And I noticed that her brother was getting way too touchy with me, because he would always buy me sweets and biscuits. Even when I don't ask for it, he would just be like, come and take, come and take, come and take. And I was still a kid then. I just thought it was normal for an elderly person to buy me biscuits or sweets. Then I was in the room that day. I was playing with my doll, and then he was doing something in the small kitchen area in his room. Then he was like, he wants to show me something. Do I want chocolate? I said yes. Then later I asked him that what was under his trousers, because I saw something pointing out. So he was like, do I want to see it? That it was chocolate. That if I want it, I should come and taste it. Then I was like, but I don't think that's chocolate, because I had already seen it in that video and it does not look like the normal chocolate I take from him. So he was like, I should come. If I see it, he will give me chocolate. Later, before he was about to open his boxers, his mom stepped in and he pretended to do what he was doing in a small kitchen that he had in his room. So I just sat down and pretended as if nothing happened too. Then I walked out of the room and I was like, what was going on? Why would he want me to see what's under his boxers? It went on like that because he had been always trying to touch me, try to get very seductive with me. It's sometimes he would put me on his laps. I would sit on his laps and then I was feeling something poking my butt. But I thought it was normal because his sister always tell me that anything that happens is always normal, because it has been happening in that area for a while now and nobody has been complaining about it. Then I was 11 years. I've already started growing breasts than the other neighbors.
Now, the question is, how old are you when you are experiencing these funny chocolates, things under the boxers? How old were you?
I was still 8, ma.
8 years. Parents, are you hearing me? 8 years. Somebody, a child that needed to be protected, covered. My grandson is 8. My granddaughter is 7. And looking at those children being exposed to horror. This is horror. It's like watching a horror film. Because parents make choices to bring a child to the world and messing up the life of that child because of conflict. Hear me today. If you are having family crisis, you're not talking to yourself, uncle is not talking to auntie, auntie is not talking to uncle, mother is not talking to daughter, father is not talking to son, yam pepper scatter. You better quickly get into therapy, counseling for family reconciliation, or else, your future is there. You will regret it in old age. If I ask her, well, it's a long journey, we can't finish it today. If I ask her how happy the grandmother is, how happy the mother is, how happy she is, there is no peace, no happiness. She told me this morning that herself and her mother still fought. her mother beat her grandmother, beat her in the chest with teeth that they have to go and suture it in the hospital. Is that a life you want to live? I'm insisting that you join me at the Women's College of Ministry, Women Training School. You are telling me distance. Get data, sit somewhere and learn wisdom to avoid the story that touch. These stories are touchy. Go ahead with your story.
Thank you, ma. Then I started growing breasts because my puberty was very rapid. I noticed that the people in the area were bullies because they didn't like the way I was growing and my changes on my body were too faster than theirs. So I told mom about it, and my mom was like, she had to even move because the landlady is giving her problems. We had to move to another slum area. In that area, there was a bar in front of the house where they smoke and drink in the night. So I witnessed another lady that my mom was close to because she had already known that woman before and they've been friends before. She had a daughter who was like 15 or 16. I think she was in SS2 then. And I just got into JSS1. So I was talking to the daughter. We played together. And the same thing that happened in the first house we stayed in happened with the daughter. We started lesbianism again.
Wow.
So we started lesbianism again. This time around, she was very touchy because she always liked touching my private area than my body itself. Then it was starting to get very painful. I told her about it, that I don't like it. I don't want to do this again, that it felt wrong. I don't know whether it was even right safe. I was just doing it. So I couldn't tell my mom about it because she was a street person and she has anger issues. I didn't want her to blame me for being stupid or even insult me or disown me. I didn't want any of that to happen because I had nobody else apart from her.
Hear what she said. She's a book. If she writes her story, all of us will be tearful when we are reading it. You know why? An 8-year-old girl notices a weakness in her mother that pushes her away from opening up her challenges with ladies that are sexually assaulting her. Are you a mother or a murderer? Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we don't blame people in this profession. Her mother must have been so frustrated. It's not her fault. The woman is angry, she's frustrated, she's not happy. If you don't have peace, you can't give peace. If you don't have joy, you can't give joy. If you don't have happiness, you can't give happiness. Your health is your marriage. Your wealth is your marriage. Your happiness is your marriage. The happiness of your children. When you are old and frail and you don't know anything again, it is these children that you raise that will take care of you in your old age. If they are not happy in their marriage, would they remember there is one grandma or grandpa hanging somewhere? Ẹ̀rọ ìgbẹ̀yìn ayé yín o, ẹ̀yin òbí. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí marry tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi, tẹ́ ẹ single 18 and above. Ẹ wá join mi ní training o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín kí n bá yín kọ́ wọn. Yorùbá ní ìyá ò gbọ́dọ̀ jìyà kọ́mọ ó tún jẹ. Ṣé fẹ́ kọ́mọ yín tún la nǹkan tẹ́ là kọjá ni? Tẹ́yìn bá tẹ̀ pé èmi ò gbọ́n jáde ebo ní school kí n lọ training kí n lọ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹ bá ń jọ àwọn ọmọ yín síbí. Ẹ jẹ́ ń bá yín fún wọn lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Torí tọ́lọ́run bá ti fọ̀tá ẹnìkan ni kò lè pani mọ́. Ẹ wo ọmọ yìí, ó lóun tètè dàgbà. Torí ó ti rí oríṣiríṣi. Jẹ́ wọ́n ti tètè fà jáde. Mi ì fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ kan tí ò ṣe sọ lórí afẹ́fẹ́. Kò tí ì tó ní ọyàn ní gbogbo ara tó máa ń yọ fóbìnrin, ó ti tètè jáde. Torí pé wọ́n ti bá fi fàkúfà fà jáde. puberty is 14 years in the male and 12 years in the female. That's the puberty stage. Before she got to 8, she has started being exposed to sex. And that is the foundation. Now, if you see your daughter with a daughter, what would you say? They are friends. You are not observant. You are not intelligent. You are not dynamic enough to ask, probe. And you girls, girl sleeps with girls, you heard her. Boy sleeps with boys, you heard her. She said it. This is another level of women sleeping with women, and we have it now. It's so rampant. Hear me clearly. If you are struggling with your sexuality, you better seek help. I'm so sorry. Take it to the bank. You won't have a home. That's the truth. If you were damaged like her growing up, and you don't do therapy, you don't do counseling, you won't have a home. Because you relate to your world with your emotions. You relate to your world with your emotions. Nobody relates with their world without being emotional. And honestly speaking, this has to stop. If you don't stop it, it will stop you one day. Hear her story as she continues. Continue your story.
So the relationship continued until JSS2. Then she wrote her WAEC, her JAM. She got admission into a school. We couldn't see each other again. I decided to associate one of our neighbors into the same act. But she was a bit different because she didn't give in. And I didn't know why she's not giving in to my plight. So, I had to change school in JSS2 to a new school because we moved again to another sublet this time around. The house we lived in, the couple that gave us a room in their house, the man was trying to sleep with my mom. So she had a problem with the man because the landlady thinks my mom was trying to snatch her husband. But that was not actually what happened. It was the opposite. We changed school. I got to know that SS1, SS2, and SS3 existed. That there were other higher classes in the school. Because I didn't know that in my first school because I was the first student. I was part of the first students of the school. It was a new school. They don't have SS1 and SS2. They are just starting secondary school. So, one SS3 senior came to meet me when I was in JS3. He asked me out that I should be his girlfriend. I said yes. And we started dating. My mom found out about it and she flogged me.
Wait. You see, I don't understand the life we live as parents. You are telling your child not to sleep around and she sees you sleeping around. Please, you said something here. Your first sexual exposure that you saw your dad and your mom. Tell us the scenario. Go ahead and tell us.
Okay, ma'am. Well, my first sexual exposure was when my mom invited her boyfriend to the house because it was a first night slappy, so it's only one room we took. She invited her boyfriend to the house. I was still awake because it was around 9 or 8:39. I was playing with my mom's phone. I was playing game. And then she was like, she's expecting a visitor, my new daddy. I said, okay, fine. Finally, I'm going to have someone who I would take to a PTA meeting and they would talk to him instead of my mom. So then she asked me to sleep and I complied. I was like, why do you want me to sleep so early? She was like, I should just sleep, that nighttime is gone, this and that. I started to comply and I slept off. Then after 5 minutes, I started noticing that there were movements on the bed and I started having imaginations of what I saw on that phone. Everything was coming to my mind. That what were they doing? Why were they moving? Why was everything just weird?
My spirit is upset. I'm so angry. Like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. See how a whole life is being destroyed without knowing. Look at, I feel like crying, honestly. And I'm not crying because it's a new thing to me, but I look at God handing over a life to you as a parent, and the next thing is to expose that child emotionally. When a child is emotionally exposed like this, you will hear the rest of our story. We can't finish it today. I know that for sure. We can't finish it today. When a child is messed up like this, emotionally damaged like this, please, I'm pleading. Please. You know, if God tells you to do things right, it's not God that our children will be bad. If God tells you don't smoke, it's not God that will have lung cancer. If God tells you don't keep sleeping around, it's not God that will have HIV. It's you. Any standard that God raised is not for anybody, it's for you. I'm so sad this moment. I feel like just going to throw up. I'm telling you. Because I'm looking at this treasure, intelligent girl. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó yẹ ká sọ Yorùbá fún lé ní ẹ má bínú. Ẹ má bínú. Ẹ wo bẹ́ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi yẹn, lọ follow mi lórí Instagram. Ó máa continue lórí Instagram. Handle mi ní Olufunke Adetuberu. Ẹ má miss ẹ o. I'm taking her to come and share, continue this story on Instagram. You'll be shocked. My handle is Olufunke Adetuberu. I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners today. It's been wonderful. To enroll at the Women Training School, the number to text, WhatsApp or voice note is 090 2010 1080. 090 2010 1080. If you have a challenge, you want me to counsel you, want to do premarital counseling, you want to do family reconciliation. Hey, kéèyàn tó sùn. Lè raise àwọn ọmọ ìyá Hausa. Your family cannot be jaga. Please do family counseling and therapy. The number to text for that is 080 232 42389. 080 232 42389. On behalf of Dr. Nkajo Elaifele, who is a visionary leader and the father of Fresh FM Nigeria, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who had taken their time to listen to me today. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. See you next week.